Hey guys, Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Welcome back to another live Hangout chat. This is the morning version, which is, again, few and far between, but I have a little bit of time during the summer. So I thought, why not go live this morning and coffee up? I've got my ice caffeinated beverage. I hope you have yours. And let's wake up together. Hope everybody's doing great, like I said. And it's great to be here. Obviously, this is, a hangout show, so you guys can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. If you have questions for me or there are things that you want to discuss, there's been lots of changes in the Batcave that we can definitely discuss this morning as well. And so, whatever you guys want to do. The thing I love about these morning shows is that we get to chat with some folks that we don't normally get to chat with, which is always a great thing because, we always do the show at night. And I know that a lot of the international folks can't always tune in. And so this gives us a chance to hang out and chat with some people that we don't normally get to chat with. So anyway, again, this is your show, whatever you guys would like to talk about. And like I said, if you got some coffee, join us. Let's caffeine up together. We got Joey in the house. Good morning, Chris. Thank you, Joey, for being here. Ulysses Montez says, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here, Ulysses. We got Scott in the house. Thank you, Scott, for being here. Joey says, happy to see you live this morning. Good entertainment while working from home. That's awesome. What do you do at home, Joey? If you're allowed to say, unless it's top secret. Night says hello. Well, it's morning here, so hopefully wherever you are, it's not night, but maybe it is. I don't know. Faith and Misery. Hi, good morning. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. Yeah, no hands were blown off, so that's always a good thing. We didn't spend quite as much money this year. Actually, it was weird because, growing up in this town, we were not allowed to do fireworks. We could do snaps and like the snakes, and that was it. And in about, I don't know, it's about 8 years ago or so, our town finally passed that we could do fireworks here. And so, everybody went berserko because there was so much demand. But the prices have definitely crept up. This year, everything that was like, let's say that there was a firework that was worth, I don't know, let's say it was worth $20 last year. It was like $35 this year. And so everything was way more expensive. And I think that they were using the tariff thing to kind of mark everything up, which I'm not exactly sure because usually I think they have those fireworks at least 6 months ago in their trailers and stuff. So it was interesting for sure. But yeah, we didn't buy near as much this year, but we still had a really great show. And like our whole neighborhood launches fireworks. So you could just literally sit here and not spend a dime and still enjoy it. Daniel says, hello, Chris. Room looking amazing. Would you consider Jack Sparrow JND? Absolutely. Getting the Dark Knight and the Catwoman in, and I am, currently getting ready to get the Batman, the Robert Pattinson one as well. Still debating on the J&D Catwoman. If you guys watched that video yesterday, thank you. I would love to hear your advice on if you think I should get the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, or if I should just keep the Blitzway. I'm still really trying to figure that out. I really like the duo, but I don't like that it's on the same base. And it's a lot of money. So I don't know. But as getting back to your question, sorry, I have squirrel moment there. The J&D Jack Sparrow, I'd be very interested in, especially if they do a Barbossa and a Davy Jones. Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite or second favorite ride at Disney. It always has been. And I love the movies. And so would they be in this room? Probably not. I would probably have it somewhere else in the house. But I absolutely love Jack Sparrow. He's one of my favorite characters. And I love, especially Barbossa. So if they ever do those characters, I would definitely be in probably. We got Jimmy G, Godlike Statues. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Jimmy, hope you're having a great, I was going to say having a great weekend, but it's Monday. Hopefully you're having a great Monday. We got Holly Z in the house. Good morning, Chris. Thank you for being here, Holly. Hope you're doing great. Happy Monday to you. Joey, I'm a project manager for the IT assistant management or asset management team for a well-known firm and entertainment company. Well, there you go. So, hook me up. That'd be pretty awesome. I love that. I'd say go with the JND Catwoman and sell. So, Jimmy, do you still have the Batman? I know I was talking with Billy this weekend. I actually went back and watched your live unboxing. Do you still have the Batman? And are you still super happy with it? I'm currently getting, at least I'm in the process of getting one from Todd. And I did not get the same deal you did because you obviously, I think, took advantage of the Black Friday sale, I think, which they're down to like their last one or two. And so that sale isn't going to happen. But I am really excited about that one. I like the idea of all the matching bases. And somebody actually pointed out that like somebody makes like these 3D printed bases, like where I could put my Blitzway on that would match the J&D. The only issue is that the J&D are smaller than the Blitzway. The Blitzway pieces are a little bit oversized, which I like, but where I have them, it's kind of narrow. And so I want to be able to see their faces a little bit better. But Jimmy, if you're still here, let me know what you think of the Batman if you still have it. Daniel, Davy Jones confirmed, I think, and as for Catwoman, you should buy separate bases. Well, again, the problem with the duo set, and I guess from what I've been reading now is like, I guess that Catwoman set is the last duo set, and maybe they'll sell them separately. I don't know. That's the biggest issue I have is, let's say I just buy the Batman Returns pieces, let's say, okay? So you can imagine I have the Blitzway Batman, let's say, and let's say I got the duo set with Catwoman. So I have this long base with two Catwoman, a Danny DeVito Penguin, and a big Blitzway Batman. So I'm not exactly sure. So, I mean, a lot of people have recommended I get both. A lot of people have recommended I just get the individual one with just the cat suit version. So I don't know. Where do you guys weigh in on that? Like, should I get the duo? Should I get the singular? But as for Davy Jones, I love Davy Jones. That would be a no-brainer for me. Super excited. I would get the Pfeiffer J&D. This way you don't regret it. And that's the thing is, like, I can probably always sell it. J&D doesn't always hold its value. I'm noticing. And so, you know, if you're patient, if you wait, I think that a lot of times you can get a good deal. Not always, but some of the older pieces you can get a fairly good deal for. And so I don't know if I should wait or if I should just get it and compare. I already have a list of people that want my Blitzway if I sell it. And so, you know, I'm not going to have any trouble selling that piece. More than likely I would sell my Blitzway, the Batman. Danny says, I love J&D Catwoman, but I would want the two. Is it really worth $4K? That's the thing is, like, you know, I love Michelle Pfeiffer, and like the idea of having that unmasked version. If they had just done her portrait with like the ripped up mask, like when she rips off her mask, I wish that they would have let us have that face with like maybe like the smeared paint. I love that scene at the end. That's the version I've always wanted of her, like that ripped up Catwoman suit. And if they had just done that on the regular, that would have been amazing. But I just don't know. Again, it's that longer base. I think that would look kind of weird if I had the longer base with the two of them. And rumor is they're going to do a duo Michael Keaton. But again, if this is the last duo where they have one long base, would they do a Michael Keaton separate? I don't know. And I have found somebody that does custom individual bases, but he's not making them right now. So I just don't know exactly what to do. Scott N says, I have the duo on order. That's awesome, Scott. The one piece that I'm looking forward to is the J&D Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I think that's going to be really interesting. I wonder do we have any idea like when we're going to see her? Have they said yet? J&D Jack Sparrow would be great. I think that they would really do a great job on it. I don't know. Jack Sparrow has always been one of my favorite characters. You know, for a very long time. Sticks and stones love. Going to be going to Tortuga. We're not. My lame impression, but I just love Pirates of the Caribbean. We watched it the other day on my birthday. Just a great film. Great franchise. I would get the singular, but for your channel duo would be better. Well, sure. I mean, to be able to review it and stuff like that. I just don't know if I'm going to regret if I get the duo and then I just want the individual. Like I won't have two individual bases. I just don't know what to do. Cosmic Fortress, always great advice. Thank you for all the comments that you leave on the videos. It really does get me to think, and I really appreciate it. I think this Catwoman will keep her value more than others. I think so too, just because I think when people think of Catwoman, people think of Michelle Pfeiffer. Whereas, like the Dark Knight one, yes, Anne Hathaway's fantastic. Looks great in the suit. It's like she's just not as iconic as Michelle Pfeiffer. So I think Cosmic Fortress, I think you're exactly right. I think this one has a chance. Would you go with the singular, knowing that I have everything else in my collection singular, or would you go with the duo? Again, I'm just not exactly sure what to do. All right, Jimmy's weighing in. I absolutely love the JND Pattinson. If you want to FaceTime and see it in the Moji case, let me know. Also, if you go with the JND Catwoman, I think you would be fine with just a single Catwoman. And again, like I am not interested necessarily. Like I don't necessarily need the unmasked characters. Like I want the suited up characters, right? And so the suited up Catwoman, the suited up Batman, the idea of having a Michael Keaton, is fine, but primarily I want the actual, just the character. And so I think, I don't know, I definitely agree with a lot of you that says the singular would be fine, because I really do think so. And again, getting the Batman, I'm gonna have to like compare it to the Blitzway piece. I just don't know if I don't get the duo, I just wonder if I'll regret it down the line, Daniel says, I think pretty much every JND statue you can find later on sale except the newer ones. That's what I'm saying is like, I feel like JND doesn't always hold its value, but maybe that'll start changing over time, possibly. But a lot of the ones that I'm seeing, unless you go on eBay and they're asking like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, which is stupid. But if in the groups, if you're patient, just like this stuff, just like Prime 1, a lot of the Prime 1s are not holding their value. A lot of the Sideshow not holding their value because people just aren't buying right now. And so people are, wanting an extra deal, and they want to sell it. Just like if I sell my Blitzway, the Batman, when I get the JND one in, I'm going to sell it for a really good price. I have no qualms about that. Am I going to lose money on it? Yep. But that's just the way the market is right now. Hey, we got JWR in the house. I'm really excited. I'm going to be on JWR's channel on Wednesday night. So definitely check that out. Looking forward to that. Aspen says, good evening, everyone. What have I missed? Have you bought Catwoman and Pattinson already? Let's JNDIs. I was corrected this weekend. I think I said like JNDIs, but it's JNDI. I don't know if I'm saying it right. JNDIs, these. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But anyway, I have not bought Catwoman yet. She's over there in my tab. I've got a tab that's open. I keep staring at it. Like, do I get the regular version? Do I get the duo version? That's where I'm at. But I am getting the Pattinson from Todd over at Spec Fiction. So I am getting that from him. And then I'm going to compare and contrast the Blitzway. I'm going to see which one I like better. That's why I like the Jazz Inc. 1/6 Catwoman. It comes with everything, multiple portraits, including the Rip Mask version, and quality likeness seems on point. You might disagree. I think the Jazz Inc. one is very, very good. Could it be a little bit better in my eyes? Yes. But at the same time, I think it's exactly what collectors are wanting. I want that ripped up mask version with like half of her hair is coming out. And it's like, I just, that scene especially, or even like when she finally rips off the mask and it's she's wearing the cat suit and her, makeup's kind of smeared and her hair's all crazy. Like that's the one I would love to have. I just think it would be awesome. And I don't know why companies outside of Jazz Inc., again, they were really the first ones. Maybe NECA did one like that. Maybe I can't remember, but like NECA has done a really nice job as well. But yeah, the Jazz Inc., I think that's cool. It's just not for me. I'm not a 6-scale collector. Everyday collector in the house. He's got his coffee. So again, if you guys have your coffee, here's mine right here. I'm trying to keep it cold. Iced caffeinated beverage for everybody. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Thanks everybody for being here. If you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying hanging out, please hit the like button. If you have a moment, please subscribe to this guy's channel right here, The Everyday Collector. Also, Stylish Nerd JWR that just was popping in. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's show the community some support, okay? These people work their butts off to bring really amazing entertainment. So thank you guys for being part of this community and being part of mine. Everybody's saying hello to John. We got Chris and Logan. Loving the new setup in the back cave, working from home, watching your show. That's awesome. What are you working on this morning? Let me know. Daniel says, I would say wait and buy the one you see on sale first. The problem with the Catwoman is like I am not a very patient person. I try to preach being patient, but like when it comes to like when I get something in my head, I'm very like ADHD focused, like hyper focused on things, which if you've watched this channel, you guys know that I have that problem. Again, Squirrel over there, David Finch art over here. What? Jim Lee art, what? I'm very much like that. And right now I'm in the JND mood. I have had a couple in person. Again, if you watch the channel like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'm like, well, I'm not going to really focus on the movie pieces anymore. I've sold my Heath Ledger Joker bust, which I'm still happy that I did. That piece had so much presence, but it really kind of freed me up to kind of make the changes. I needed to finally rip that Band-Aid off to make the current cave, to actually put stuff on the sides. Because having that big thing in the middle, it just really helped me move on, if that made sense. But I wasn't going to focus on the movie stuff. I was going to put a few down below. I was fine with the ones I had. I really don't have the extra money to spend on JND stuff right now, because I'm trying to pay off art that's going to be coming. I've got some, Liebermejo art that's coming. I've got some, did I say Liebermejo? David Finch, Liebermejo. So I got stuff to pay for. So did I really need to be like going down that rabbit hole? Absolutely freaking not. But yet here I am, but I'm not patient. I'm not when it comes to that. I should be. But like when it comes to the Catwoman, I keep thinking like, ugh, I'm sure somebody will sell her down the line, but I don't really want to wait. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, right? Chris, where are you going to find all these deals? They sound fantastic and maybe too good to be true. So again, just waiting. I got my Batman and Catwoman Dark Knight ones for a good deal. Compared to what they were, or at least close to what they were selling for, maybe a little bit less. But I think if you are patient, sometimes you can find the deals. Again, it's really hit or miss though. You just have to be patient and you have to be able to keep looking. So no, you're not going to find a great deal every day, but like, I don't know. I'm seeing every single day. Like I run the Batman statue, the BSC buy sell trade group. Every day I see some really good prices on there. Some people are just trying to move on, even if they are taking a hit. If I paid, let's say I paid, $2,000 for a statue, if I can walk away with $1,600, I'm pretty happy. And so sometimes you can get a good deal, sometimes not. It just really depends on, where you look sometimes. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Keep doing your thing, man. I am a controller working on month end. Also new display cases in my theater room. That's awesome. We'll do a whole new video when I get it set up. I promise. It's been a while. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to have a room tour. And if any of you guys are ever watching and want to do a room tour, and I hear this all the time, Chris, I just want to wait till I get my next 3 pieces in and then I'm going to do it. No, that is the problem. Just do it now and then do one another year and then in another year when it changes, just like my collection. Your collections are never going to be finalized. They're never going to be perfect because in your eyes, there's always going to be more pieces coming, right? So if you're ever interested in doing a room tour, just film it right now. Film what you have. And then maybe in a year, say, hey, Chris, I want to do it again. Let me show you what I got now. I love to share stuff. I've got one coming up this week that's phenomenal. It's a room tour, same type of thing. It's like, yeah, I want to wait till I get this piece in and get this piece in. Guys, you're always going to get more pieces in. So just think of it as a snapshot of where you are right now. That's what I tell collectors all the time. Just show people what you have. That's what's great about this hobby. And it also gives other people ideas. You know, it gives other people kind of like direction on maybe where they would go with their collection, or what they might look at your collection and be, I mean, they might be like, oh, that looks like really super junky. That looks, I don't want to ever do that. Whether it's positive or negative, it's still helpful. And collectors love to look at other people's collections. Paying off art is very relatable. CC, yes, absolutely. And it's been interesting to watch your journey too, because whenever I first knew of you and I met you, you were very just, I'm only going to do art prints. I'm only going to do that. And I love that you continue to dabble into the rabbit hole that I've gone down. It is amazingly expensive. It's amazingly fun. It's just awesome because original art is truly one-to-one, right? It's the only one there is. Now, there might be similar versions. Like if I have a David Finch Batman, he's done 3 million David Finch Batman commissions. Some of them look similar. Some of them are different. But I love that you have an original thing from him, right? And that's the best thing. But paying off the art is expensive, especially like, again, the artists that I tend to pick, very expensive. Lieber Mayho, one is going to be very expensive. And so I am just thrilled to be able to get one more piece from him. Not thrilled to have to pay it though. I think it was a great decision to collect movie pieces. The JND statues are very classy and look incredible. I also, having now seen two side by side, I see the draw of them all together, like doing a display with all of the similar bases. Like I kind of dig that. I like that they're, like I said earlier, I like that they're a little bit lower profile. Because my shelves are not really tall back there. I had never planned on putting movie stuff back there. I'd always planned on putting quarter scales. And so to put third scales back there, it's a little bit tight in terms of like the height of it. Again, the Pattinson, like, and I can barely fit my ear or my finger over his ear of his cowl. And so I do like the classy look of it. The Prime 1 Catwoman looks truly amazing with a stunning likeness. But regarding the first pictures and videos, the JND looks even better in my opinion. And if you go watch, I'll give a shout out to another channel, Virtual Devil, French reviewer. Sometimes it's in English if it's translated, which I really appreciate YouTube doing that now. Somebody sent me a video of me the other day, and I was speaking German, which is pretty amazing because I don't speak any German, but that was pretty neat. So it's amazing what YouTube and AI or whatever can do. But I still love the Blitzway piece. I still think the Blitzway piece has a better pose. But again, I'm just thinking like long term of them looking good together. I don't know if the Penguin he's going to have a smaller body, he's going to have a smaller base. Will it still look good next to the bigger Blitzway? That's the problem. Is I just want it to look cohesive. And again, the Virtual Devil review, if you go and watch that, I can't even remember if I said that. Sorry, I got so sidetracked, but the Virtual Devil review is really good. And it gives you a pretty good perspective. I wish that he had the duo just so I could, because that's the one I'm interested in possibly. But yeah, I mean, the Blitzway is still amazing. Did you get a good deal on Pattinson? Not bad. Yes, not bad. You know, money is always relatable or debatable, but I think I'm going to get it somewhat less than retail, but not as good as yours. With my collection, I can't show naked walls. I have a reputation to protect. I was going to say, you sure do. I mean, that's the thing is you're freaking CC, right? I mean, you have a reputation for being, one of the most knowledgeable, art chicks around. I think you're the coolest. And so I am so happy that you continue to demonstrate and show off your passion, which I absolutely love. And so again, I love that you are going into the art realm of original art, which is very, very cool. Absolutely love it. It's tough to wait. Currently looking for a JND Batman, but I know I will find it for a really good price soon. Are you talking about which one, the Dark Knight or the Batman? Because we'll keep an eye out for you, Daniel. Man, I have been saying I'll do a room tour, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. Yeah, duh. I've been waiting for a year, JWR. Come on. We probably talked about it in Dallas, probably. I don't remember, but I would love for you to do a room tour. And I know that you're, still thinking about certain pieces and getting pieces in, but would love to feature you on the channel. Help you, again, get more people to subscribe too, hopefully. Chris, you going to New York Comic-Con? As of right now, in the moment, no. We are kicking around. I am going to be going to New York for other reasons, but not for New York Comic-Con necessarily. It's still a possibility. We've also talked about where was it? I just went blank. It's the one Billy and Eric are going to. It's not Boston. I can't remember. Whatever Fan Expo is up there near Washington, D.C. Oh, Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore Comic-Con is one we're thinking about possibly going to all together. So I'm just not sure yet. But New York Comic-Con is a slight possibility. I don't have tickets or anything, but I could, try to get some. I just don't know yet. I don't know the plans yet. Please be responsible, pay off the art prints, then buy whatever you want. Don't accumulate debt. It'll affect your future collecting, increase stress, and lower your enjoyment of the hobby. So first of all, I'm not going to spend beyond my means. So you don't have to worry about me at all. I've got a certain number in my account. Now, that number is drastically less than it was a couple years ago because I've spent so much. I mean, again, if you do if you total up my nearly 40 original David Finch pieces, I don't even want to think about it. So the amount I have in my bank account is substantially less, but I'm not going to spend beyond my means. So you guys don't have to worry about that. So I've got enough for a little while anyway. And again, that's when I start doing my panic selling, which I still have some stuff on sale if anybody's interested. That way I don't have to panic as much anymore, right? My first commission was in 2020. I could never afford many until the last few years. I've always collected prints over statues, though, and that's again. I know that's. I always think of you as the print person, But I'm really glad. Like I saw your, original Talon piece that you had done by Galapian. Like, there's so many things that I'm excited to see that you are getting into, and so I'm glad you're part of the journey with me with this original art stuff. Agreed about being responsible about it. More money, more problems. And that's the thing is like, you get into these rabbit holes and they really, man, they really, again, especially if you have a personality like mine where you kind of get addicted a little bit to it. And it's that dopamine hit where you're like, oh, I really like JND right now. Oh, I really like David Finch art right now. Oh, I really like this. It can get really dangerous because the stuff that we collect, at least on this channel, holy moly, we spend, a lot of money on this painted rock or this, black ink on paper, right? But we spend the money because it means something to us. Also, I don't ever look at this stuff as an investment. I do look at my Finch wall and I'm like, if worse comes to worse and I have to sell things, I know I'm going to get some money for that. I know if I sold my Jim Lee piece, I'm going to get some money for that. So there are certain things that I have peace of mind on. The statues, not so much because, they make so many of them and the market's flooded and, whatever. But I've noticed like people are willing to spend a lot on art. If you look at that jock sale recently, again, it was this right here, $288,000 on that jock piece. And again, that's rare for something like that. But holy moly. So like people still really like art. And I think most people still prefer, of course, the published art, but there's still a lot of fans out there. Headed to see Mask of the Phantasm in the theater right now. That's awesome, man. I wish it was here. I would love to see that in the theater. That's awesome, Brad. I hope you have a good time. We just watched the other, not last night, but the night before, we watched Jurassic Park. And it was really good. It was really good. Especially there's a scene, I won't spoil it for anything, but there's like this scene where the T-Rex is like chomping under the water of these rapids. Oh, so good. So good. Thought the ending was a little bit rushed, But man, Mask of the Phantasm, I'm super jealous, Brad. That's awesome. I hope you have a good time. I just got tickets for Superman this Thursday. Hope it brings DC justice. I just want to go off on a little bit of a tangent here, because when you think about that Superman film, it has to do well. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It has to do well, because if this movie does well, that is going to give the statue companies confidence in bringing us more product. I've heard it from multiple companies behind the scenes. There's so much that I hear about, and that I wish that I could discuss with you guys on a daily, but I have to keep it to myself, because the companies that talk to me, they trust me, giving me information and not spewing it all over the place. But believe me, I want to spew it, because there's a lot of exciting things in the works. But when it comes to this Superman, I have been told again that if this film does well, that's going to give us the confidence to start doing DC stuff again. To bring more out. If it tanks, this could just be the final nail in the coffin. So go out, support this movie. Hopefully it'll be good. I hope so. I think it's had some good buzz. People really liked Cavill. I wish they had kept that going, because I think he was a fantastic Superman. He looks more like Superman to me than this new guy. But again, I think they're going for a lighter tone. Obviously, the Batman 2 script is in, but that's, again, kind of a narrow market. Obviously, it's definitely one of my favorites. I love the Pattinson Batman. I love the dark, gritty noir feel to it. And I'm excited for that franchise. But this is what they're relying on right here. And I am very hopeful that this film does well. Dark Knight, sadly, I live in the Netherlands, so it's a bit harder to find those pieces. I've seen a number of them, Daniel, in the buy-sell trade groups. Make sure that you're a member of the BSC buy-sell trade on Facebook. There's some like statue collectors buy-sell trade, I think. There's like Marvelous Statues buy-sell trade. That's a George's group. Just check out Facebook. I've seen a number of the Dark Knight ones. Obviously, shipping might be a nightmare to the Netherlands. I don't know. Awesome. Come to Baltimore. You'll meet my son and my wife, and you'll look at the first appearance of Spider-Man if you get me early on Friday. So that's one of those things where Baltimore seems like it could be doable. Here's Eric right here. All Things Art. Give him a shout out also. If you haven't subscribed to All Things Art, please do so. But yeah, we're talking about doing Baltimore. I've heard that Finch will probably be there, so I'm excited about that. Obviously just getting able to say hi to him again. The main thing is that, it's kind of close to DC, which we've always wanted to do see. It really just kind of depends on my schedule and my son's schedule, because he would like to go. And he plays football, so it's kind of in the fall. And I believe New York Comic-Con and Baltimore Comic-Con are like back to back. So it'd be interesting to like take 5 days off right there and do both. That would be pretty amazing. So we'll see. I need to talk to Billy and Eric more. But it would great to meet you guys. Absolutely. I think as collectors, we have that addictive personality. Thank God I only buy statues and not art. I could easily say that I wish that I hadn't gone down the art route, but I can't say that, because the David Finch wall for me, it's something that I look at every day and I'm in awe of. I don't know if anybody's ever done anything like it. Ever. I've never seen another collection like this. People buy original art all the time, but like to have Batman and all of his rogues all done originally like that. Specifically by Finch, I guess I should say that. It's absolutely my favorite thing in the collection. And so I'm really glad I went down that rabbit hole, to be honest. Also, hashtag hot take. I think commissions can be overrated. Nothing wrong or any less special for buying pre-done art you love. For anyone wanting to collect originals but not wanting to gamble. So you're saying that you think commissions are overrated or can be? I don't know. Are you into commissions? Or do you prefer the pre-done? I guess I'm not sure what you're saying. Let me know what you're saying, CC. Remy, it's very easy to get in too deep with commissions. I know from experience, sadly, just be careful. again, I've got so many freaking commissions right now that, I mean, I probably have just as many, if not more commissions than I do statues, which is crazy. But again, it's that little dopamine hit of knowing that you're going to have something new from the artist that you love. And it's not always, I mean, to be honest, it's not always what you expect. You know, I got my Commissioner Gordon 11x17 from Finch. And whenever I first saw it, I'm like, oh, this is not what I wanted. I asked for Commissioner Gordon. I asked for like the Batman shadow in the background, so it would kind of capture that. But what Finch did is freaking amazing, and I absolutely love it. It's probably the only one like this. I've never seen him do a full commission of Gordon, and the longer I have it, the more I like it, and the more I love it because it's so amazing. And he's got the spotlight on him, and so it's not always what you expect, or not even what you ask for. Like I asked for the modern goggled up Catwoman, and I got the classic Catwoman. So sometimes it doesn't always translate into what you want, but the commissions, they're still special because they're the only one like it, or at least again, they're all 1-to-1. Hey Jonathan, love your Joker. Yep, that's a good thing. You would get most of your money back on art. Luckily, space is our biggest end problem. And I wish if I had done this Batcave differently, I would have definitely designed it differently to have more space. Because space for me, I would love more wall space for sure. The problem is James Gunn made it political, so it might tank. Everything is freaking political these days. I just wish they would just go back to good storytelling. I don't feel like everything has to have a specific message. Just good storytelling, So I don't know. I'm still very hopeful. Preach, Chris, preach. I'm excited for the new Superman movie. Besides the fact if it does well, it'll help out collecting. I also hope it brings Superman back to his core, and I really do think it will be. I think it's going to have a lighter tone. And so I think that'll relate to people more. Whereas people love Christopher Reeves for a reason, and it was the tone. It had funny parts to it, and it didn't take itself too seriously. And Superman doesn't have to be this evil alien. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm curious about last week's stream when you said that your wife didn't like the Voldemort statue because his snake is not accurate. Could you elaborate on why the snake isn't accurate? Curious. I don't know. I showed her the photos, and that was the very first thing she said. We didn't get into it very long. She doesn't really like to talk about collecting. So if I have her for 30 seconds to talk about collecting, I'm lucky. But I showed her that, and she just said, like, what is that supposed to be? And I'm like, it's Nagini. And she's like, that doesn't look like Nagini. And she's hardcore Harry Potter, especially the books, obviously, but she loves the movies too. And so I don't really know. I will try to find out like what she didn't like about the snake. But I mean, obviously she thought the Voldemort's, the sculpt itself was fantastic. And it did, like the likeness was so good. Okay, so CC is saying, I think commissions are overrated, especially when no one talks about the chance that you could be disappointed with how they turn out. Most of the artists I work with, that's not a problem. So yeah, 100%. I think if you are able to, again, there have been commissions that I get in that I'm like, I would have liked something different. But if you're able to talk to the artist and have like that one-on-one contact, like I don't have the one-on-one contact with David. I do have one-on-one contact with Lee Bermejo. I have developed a friendship with him. And so to be able to message him and say, this is exactly what I want, and him to kind of go back and forth with me, that's fantastic. To be able to have that kind of thing. But I think a lot of times when you commission, especially the higher tier artists, I don't feel like you always get that communication. And so I do think that getting a commission, you don't always know what you're going to get, which is why, like, whenever I'm looking for art, there's so much art that I hate. I don't care for. And there's so much art that I see that's like, okay, I like this style. Who is the artist here? And so, it's one of those things where I think you're exactly right. I think that obviously for security, in terms of like knowing you're going to get your money back, original art, published original art is probably the way to go, for sure. Did you watch Ozzy Osbourne's concert last week? I didn't see I didn't like stream it live or anything like that, but I've seen a dozen clips, and it was really great to see that. It's hard to watch because he has really bad Parkinson's, but for him to still sound like that, I've seen Ozzy 5 or 6 times in concert, and I think 2 of those times were with Black Sabbath. Back in the Ozfest days, whenever I was much younger. I loved seeing Ozzy, and it was really cool to see him do his thing one more time. It was really cool. Some of my commissions are from artists I've become friends with, and that makes things easier when you have a rapport. Oh, absolutely. And I feel like it makes it more special too, right? It's like it's like you have that rapport and it means more to you. Just kind of like, I've told the story about whenever Dan and I had a chance to unbox this thing together. Like, it's got that sentimental value. It has meaning now that's much more beyond just, again, ink on paper or just the painted rock. It's got feeling and emotion attached to it. And so sometimes, especially with the commissions and like the ones, there are certain ones here on this David Finch wall that mean more to me than others. Same thing with the Bermejo, like the Bermejo that I have on this wall. Again, right there. Let's see, right in the middle. I can't get my finger that right there. One of the reasons why I love that one so much is that, again, I had the rapport with Lee Bermejo. He, walked me through it. And the cool thing is like, I didn't get it from him in person. Eric picked him up or met him at his hotel in New York. Eric had never met him before. So that gave him a chance to meet Lee Bermejo. And that meant a lot to me because, I wanted Eric to be able to meet him. And for him to have that personal one-on-one, like that meant a lot to me. And so, it's just one of those things where, just depending on the situation sometimes. I have to say I had a great experience with my Joker commission. Jason made sure it was the right positioning I asked for. And again, like, JWR has told me, because I've been trying to like buy that Joker for, a year now. But he, like he said, is like, well, first of all, he did say never on the last show. So I'm going to keep holding him to that. But it's like, you have a connection to the art sometimes. And that was JWR's first ever convention. That was his first time to meet some of these artists. I think he had, especially, I think more than David, JWR, I would say you had even more of a rapport with Sean Murphy at that show. And so like those pieces I think mean a lot. So to me, like I would think even like the Joker and Batman you got from Sean probably even means more to you than the Finch pieces. Finch is probably a close second. But just to be able to have those connections sometimes with the artist is really special. Stephen Butler and I are good friends. He does all my commissions with me. That's awesome. See, I love that. That's awesome. The Bermejo and story behind it. Thank you. Again, I just always think of that. It's like, it's amazing, but knowing that Eric got to meet him and have that conversation, and the fact that Lee would bring it from Paris or from Italy to the USA just specifically, so I paid a lot for it. I'm not going to say that, but the fact that he brought it and took the time to meet Eric and drop it off, that was just awesome. Just really awesome. Right? Just very, very cool. All right. Where are we at? 44 minutes in. If you have your iced caffeinated beverage or hot caffeinated beverage or whatever caffeinated beverage you have, coffee up. Man, that's delicious. All right, what else is going on? Have I caught up on all the comments? I think maybe so. Oh, here we go. JWR saying, yeah, the Sean Murphy ones I'll never sell. I love his art more than Finch. And that's the vibe that I got from you. First of all, again, I'll never forget that because just being able to be there with JWR and also Billy, my friend Damon was there, my son Ledger, to be able to hang out with those guys and to be able to see and experience JWR's first ever convention, like that meant a lot to me. And also, like, we had just met the night before at the David Finch dinner, but the impression that I got watching JWR interact with Sean Murphy, like I could feel that, that's what's great about this hobby, is being able to share some of that stuff with other collectors, whether it's the excitement of getting a new piece in, whether that is, the friendships you develop. And we developed a friendship that night, which is really exciting. And it's carried over. We got to spend time in New York, and hopefully that'll not be the last time. But I did get that impression that the Sean Murphy especially meant more to you, which is awesome. I love to see that. I love to see that. And he's just such a cool dude. Yeah. Just such a cool dude. And then we like, followed him up the escalator and this cowboy hat. That was really cool. Sean's just a really great guy. And he's always been very accommodating. Conquer Knight. Do you plan on getting any of the 6-scale JND Dark Knight figures? No. I don't collect 6-scale. Whenever I first started out on this crazy mission of mine, I did collect Hot Toys. I had the Jack Sparrow. I had some Iron Man statues. I had some Star Wars, like I had the Darth Vader. And I had some Dark Knight ones. And this was, way back in the day, whenever Hot Toys was first starting out. And I really liked them a lot. But then I found statues and I'm like, okay, these just felt way cooler. So I don't ever see myself going down the 6-scale route, even though there are some really cool things out there. But I'm a statue guy. I'll say I do have the eye on that Batman versus Killer Croc. So I love mine. If you have the space for it, it's just one of those pieces where it's weird. So I'm trying to, I don't know. It's like, it is kind of a deep statue. I sent JWR the dimensions, and those are pretty accurate. I think it would look great in your collection. I'm not going to lie. I really do think it would look good. Just as long as you have the space for it. Because it's literally a monstrous piece. Hey, Chris, yesterday in Godlike Livestream, they showed the artwork for the new Batman Mythos from Sideshow. You should check it out. I don't know if Jimmy's still here. I didn't have a chance to watch the show last night yet. I'm not sure. Hold on just a second here. Sorry, JWR sent me a link. Hold on just a second here. Let me share it with you guys. I'm hoping this allows me to do so. But this is the link. I don't know if is it a live link? Let me know if you can actually click that. I'm not sure if you can. But I haven't seen the Batman Mythos deal. I wonder if Godlike has it in his Facebook. God link. There we go. Ooh, I get to be an expert. Okay, I guess I'm a group expert now. Let's see, does Jimmy have it? It's got the Supercraft, that's coming. Don't see any pictures yet. I'll have to go back in and find it. Stylish Nerd JWR says, I'd put it next to my Eternal Enemies instead of the Finch art. I'd put it next to my Eternal. So would you put it where your Finch art is now. Is that what you're saying? Because I think that would look really good together. And the thing is about your Eternal Enemies is you got a good one. And those are freaking rare, right? You just don't see very many that didn't break. And so I just think that they would look really good together because they're both that actiony diorama, you know? It's not just that, like, it's not like these where it's just static, which that would look good next to it too. But I do really like the idea of the two of them together. And they're very different Batmans. So I don't think it would like overlap at all, if that makes sense. But I think that would look amazing. I really, really do. Hello, have you ever felt that certain commission prices were way too exaggerated for the design or size? It seems very hard to gauge a correct price. 100%. There are some artists where I look at what they give you and I'm like, oh my God, that probably took 2 minutes and you paid hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I don't know. It's like I love Greg Capullo. And Greg Capullo right now, for like $800 or $900, he's doing a 2-inch by 2-inch commission. And it's like, he's able to charge that because he doesn't do those anymore. And I'm lucky. I have one from him that was an auction that I won. I think it was Heritage Auctions or Comic Link. I can't remember. But like, there are some artists out there that I feel like their prices are justified and some of their prices are absolutely not justified. But it's really great, especially if you find up and coming artists. You can usually get very, very good prices. Very, very good. I know you can't talk about the Prime 1 and Blitzway situation, but I hope Prime 1 doesn't buy Blitzway or Blitzway goes out of business. They're my favorite. They offer such quality pieces for unbeatable price. Again, I do have some insight into that situation that's going on right now. I am not at liberty to discuss it. I have been asked, to kind of keep that to myself. I think all parties involved are trying to work on whatever is going on to make it a better situation, to make it better for collectors. But unfortunately, I just can't comment at this time. I'm sorry. Your Vision, good morning. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great, again, coffee up if you got any coffee. Got my iced caffeinated beverage. So thank you very much. Okay, JWR said it is a live link. So that's awesome. So again, if you see this right here on screen, I'll be on your show on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I believe, if I remember right. So definitely check out the show. We're going to have a great time talking about collectibles. And I guess you have to hear me talk about my journey a little bit. So if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about, me and, my collecting, how things evolved over my time here as a collector, I am really excited to be on the show. So anyway, Wednesday night, guys, it's our normal Rogues night. So Rogues will not be this week, but I think next week, I believe we're going to do an auction show. I believe if all goes according to plan. It's also, Delaney mentioned it to me in our chat that it's also our, I think the third day of Sideshow Con at that time. So if there is anything pressing that we need to talk about, we will talk about it before the auction. So it might be a little bit of statue chat, and it also might be the live auction show. Yeah, I know the guys have got a lot of good stuff going, and I'm panic selling, like I said. So I've got some stuff to give you guys, to sell to you guys, help me fund some of this JND stuff and some of this art. So I appreciate it ahead of time. So thank you very, very much. Very, very much. Let's see. I think, that was our last comment, I think. Does anybody else have any more comments? Otherwise, we might wrap it up in a few minutes. But I do really... just really thank you all for being a part of the show this morning. And again, I hope you all are having a great Monday so far. And I'm really excited to be able to do these shows at sometimes different times. But we've got a lot of people that are our normal nighttime people watching too. So I really appreciate that. I always try to give, the chance to have some international viewers that normally it would be like, 2 a.m. whenever we do that stuff. So anyway, I'm really happy. Joey says, hoping Sideshow shows that man bat. You know, I think that that's almost a guarantee. We did have we had Anthony Mestis in the house a number of shows ago, and he talked about that man bat was painted and stuff like that. So I think absolutely we're going to see man bat, and maybe we'll even see another one. Maybe we'll see another tease. So I'm really, really excited about that. Love the table in the middle that flows. Thank you very much. So, you know, I have this table that was my review table. I've got the exact same table as my desk, and it's like got the black sides, and it's got kind of a grayish top, right? And because my room's kind of gray and black. So I have this table that I'm at right now. I've got the same one out there, and I just bought a third identical one that's going to be my new review table. So it's going to sit right here for my live unboxings and things like that, my reviews. But it'll still be off to the side. So I'm going to have 3 of the same table in here. And then I also did buy some these really great 360 chairs, and they're black. But they're going to go in front of Tactical Throne. They rotate 360. So I'm going to be able just to chill in here. I'm going to buy like a little center table, maybe to put an iPad on or something like that, little tablet. And it's just going to be a place for me to finally be able to come down here and chill and look at the art. And it also sets up some things like if I ever have people down here, I can do interviews one-on-one, that sort of thing. Maybe I'll do a live stream that way. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, I'm excited to get the chairs, and they come in Friday, and my table comes in today. Also, my custom cape comes in today for the Dark Knight, so I'm going to show you guys that as well. The Dark Knight JND. I did get a custom cape. FYI, Matt Martin provided the picture of the Batman Mythos statue during the live stream. So, okay, so Matt provided it. I'm going to see if... I don't think anybody's posted it. Anyway, I'll have to keep looking for it. Hopefully I'll be able to find it. Let me message Matt real quick. Hold, please. I wonder how he got it. I just messaged him. We'll see if he responds or not by the time we end the show. So anyway, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys if you missed it. And again, if you haven't seen it, apparently it's on the Godlike stream from last night. So fingers crossed, hopefully. Again, just reminding everybody that I will be on JWR's channel. Again, the link is right up here. So check that out. You might bookmark it. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Again, I want to give a shout out to the Everyday Collector. He was on earlier as well. Oh, there I got a message from Matt. Okay. Whoa, that thing is crazy. I'm just going to ask him where did it come from? So that's pretty exciting. Let me show you guys if I can pull it up here. Sorry, I didn't know that I would be adding this today. All right, so apparently Sideshow did it. So here it is right here. It's very blurry. But Mythos Batman. Huh. So it looks like he's got a couple swords. He's flying through. I'm assuming this is not Man-Bat. I'm assuming that's like a shadowy bat that's flying forward as the base. Very interesting. CC says, I don't know if we need a Mythos Batman, but it must be cool. Well, I agree with you. I think they're definitely trying to do some different things. It looks massive. I agree. Yeah, you see the Man-Bat base. And again, I don't know if that's supposed to be Man-Bat or if that's supposed to be just a bat. Frederick L. Morning, BSC, Chris, and all. Hey, it's great to have you here, Frederick. Hope you're doing great. Oh, we got Dan the man in the house. How's it going, Dan? Good morning, Bat people. Thank you for being here, my friend. How the heck are you? Just watched Jurassic Park this weekend. I agree with you. It was fantastic. Like I said, it was a little, maybe the ending came up a little bit quick. I thought, like, is there going to be more here? But definitely some good stuff, and definitely sets it up where you can have some sequels as well. But how the heck are you? What do you think of this Batman mythos thing going on here, Dan? Apparently, Matt Martin shared this last night. Just shared it with me. That's pretty awesome. What do you guys think of it? What do you guys think? Let me know. Again, it's something pretty different. That's for sure. I don't know if it's going to be a whole line or what, but anyway, we shall see. All right, let me get rid of that there. So yeah, thanks to Matt Martin for sending that. And again, if you want to hear them talking about it more, Jimmy G had it last night on Godlike. So that's awesome. So anyway, I want to thank everybody again that's offered me advice on the Catwoman situation from yesterday's video. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I still have some decisions to make for sure, but I don't know. I still don't know exactly what to do. But whatever, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll buy everything and just sell everything. It's like what I do, it's like, it is what it is. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me for an hour. Again, I will be on JWR's channel on Wednesday night. Your Vision says just make your own base. I don't know how I would do that. To get, some people have said, just get, make a JND style base and put the Blitzway Catwoman in it. So it matches the others. But again, that's fine, but the Blitzway pieces are just so much bigger than the JND. JNDs are probably a little bit maybe more true to size. I know other companies kind of scale up a little bit. So I just don't know. I do like the idea of them all looking similar. So more than likely, I'll probably just get the singular one and compare, but we'll see. Again, I'm just not exactly sure. So if you're watching this after the fact and have any thoughts and opinions about anything we talked about, please make sure you comment down below. Also, again, we talked a little bit about being a featured collector, showing off your collection. If you're interested in that, please email me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. I'll be on JWR's channel. I might be on a show tonight. Another collector is having the Batman Eternal. So I might be on that show with, I think, me and Billy, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what's scheduled tonight. But, and then next Wednesday, we'll talk a little bit about Sideshow Con, and we'll probably do that live auction show next Wednesday. So again, just little programming notes for everybody. I got a lot of content coming up. And obviously I'll at some point, whenever I get it from Todd, I will have the Batman from JND, and we'll do a live unboxing and review of that as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Leave a like on your way out, and I'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.